I went to Greece for the summer, and I worked in a little tourist shop, and it was, the island was Hydra. Now, I think, I haven't been there in years and years, and people tell me it would be an unhappy experience for me to go back, but then it was completely unspoiled, and there was a very small artist colony, mainly British and Scandinavian. And they were writers or artists of some kind. And because I spoke English, they would invite me to their parties. And Nigel was a former British journalist who was there working on a novel. Kind of a Graham Greene type character. And he liked to talk to me about politics because I was the only American on the island, and he would give me his old New York Times. And I used to call his monologues, I'd call them the Nigel seminars, because he was telling me about all the things the CIA had done that we Americans knew nothing about. And in fact, in Europe, the CIA was the face of America in some ways. So he'd been in Iran when Mossadegh had been overthrown. And so he was telling me the story about how the CIA engineered that. James Roosevelt and that silly Shah got put back on the throne. And then he said, and then they went to Guatemala, and they overthrew the government in Guatemala. And then they were in the Congo. And I thought these stories were, he was making this all up. And I listened, but I just, sure. But 2 years ago, Timothy Weiner wrote a book called The Legacy of Ashes, The History of the CIA, and these are he researched what I call the Nigel seminars. It's the same, sequence of events, and in fact it was all true.
This excerpt is brought to you by the Massachusetts School of Law, the leader of reform in legal education and a leader in multimedia education for the public. To view the full interview and for a full listing of MSL's programs, log on to mslaw.edu.